It's hip-hop Barbie and her Wu-Tang Clan. Don't tell me you're not cheering with them anymore. I thought once you go black, you never go back.
Hayden Panettiere's very first job was a Play School commercial. She was 11 months old. By the time she passed away this week at 36, she'd spent nearly her entire life in front of a camera as a soap opera kid, a superpowered cheerleader, a country music star, a scream queen, and, more recently, one of the more candid voices to come out of Hollywood about what that life actually costs a person. Her father, Skip Panettiere, said in a statement that she was an incredible light and a force of nature who brought immeasurable love and joy to all who knew her. Here's a look back at the career and the person behind it. Panettiere was born on August 21st, 1989 in Palisades, New York.
Up, Hayden. Go ahead, you adorable little thing.
Baby, I'm so into you. You got that something, what can I do? Baby, you spin me around. Oh, the earth is moving, but I can't feel the ground. Every time you look at me, my heart is jumping. Tell me, what can I do? You drive me crazy. I just can't sleep. I'm so excited, I'm in too deep. Oh, crazy, but it feels alright. Baby, thinking of you keep me up all night.
That's very...
And started working before she could walk, appearing in a Play School toy train commercial at 11 months old. By around age 4, she'd landed a role on the soap opera One Life to Live, playing Sarah Roberts, and later joined the cast of Guiding Light as Lizzie Spaulding. Her teenage years brought starring roles in films like Remember the Titans, Racing Stripes.
I finally feel like I have shaken off all of this darkness and this negativity, and that means I've closed one door and another door is opened, and I can feel it open, and I can feel all the possibility, the possibilities, all the exciting possibilities. I feel like I have a lot more life to
Bring It On, All or Nothing, and I Love You, Beth Cooper building a Ursum most actors twice her age would envy. Then came the role that made her a household name. In 2006, Panettiere was cast as Claire Bennett, the nearly indestructible cheerleader at the center of NBC's Heroes, a part she once described as being like,
every moment on set, I didn't care about anybody else's opinion but my mom's.
Yeah.
Because I knew that if she was unhappy with my performance in any way, that the rest of the day was going to be ruined.
Yes.
It was going to be a very bad day.
X-Men's Wolverine, but less hairy and without claws. One NBC Universal executive later recalled being so certain she was right for the role that he personally told producers, "You've got to meet Hayden Panettiere."
Hi, I'm Carisha. Hi. Oh, girl, I know who you are. It's white girl.
White girl?
It's white girl. White girl.
White girl.
White girls.
White girl.
White girl. Miss Fancy Fingernail Shimmy Shimmy Lip Gloss Barbie.
The show turned her into one of the most recognizable young actresses on television, built around the mantra, save the cheerleader, save the world. And she didn't stop there. Her next major role showed a completely different side of her range. In 2012, she landed the part of Juliette Barnes, a fiercely ambitious young country star in ABC's Nashville. It became arguably her signature role, one she said she connected with on a personal level.
Who do you think baked this, Mom?
There's just no taste like home, babe.
Wow! It's just the one I wanted!
Speaking on Jay Shetty's podcast this year, she reflected on how closely Juliette's struggles mirrored her own, admitting, "I didn't know where Juliette began and Hayden ended." She later returned to the Scream franchise as
to this part, when you write about this in the book, you write about a moment in your career where a friend of yours takes you onto a boat. You're led to a room which has an older man in it, and then basically told to perform sexual acts and,
Oh, yeah.
And when I read that, I'm like, oh gosh, like not only Have you felt like you've had a really unsupported, upbringing? You're now with a friend in the industry and then ending up in a situation like this. Could you talk to me about what that moment does to your psyche when you're that?
I mean, the fact that I was 18, even though I'd lived such a huge life and I thought I was so mature at 18, scientifically, her frontal lobes don't develop until we're, 26, 25, 26. So even though I felt like I could make...
Toby Reed, reprising a fan favorite character in 2022's Scream and 2023's Scream 6, after years of fans hoping she'd come back. But acting was only part of her story because off-screen, she was quietly one of the more committed celebrity activists of her generation. As a teenager, Panettiere became a spokesperson for the Whaleman Foundation and created the Save the Whales Again campaign. At just 18, she traveled to Taiji, Japan, and paddled out on a surfboard to physically disrupt dolphin hunting alongside fellow activists' footage of which appeared in the Oscar-winning documentary The Cove. She once told GQ,
and I was quite literally walked down, and I had been having a great time. There was no hints of anything like that happening. So it took me, I was shocked. It took me by surprise. And it was led by somebody that I had grown to trust and see as a protector and somebody who had my back, and to be walked down the stairs, and it was as like a surprise, presented as though it was like a surprise, and it was
simply, I get into trouble on my own time when nobody's looking. Following her death, actress Alyssa Milano wrote a tribute specifically honoring that side of her, saying she hoped people would remember Panettiere's courage and not let it get lost in the noise, the headlines, or the flattening of public figures into story and spectacle. In more recent years, Panettiere became known for something else entirely, an unusual level of honesty about what fame actually costs. She spoke openly about struggling with postpartum depression after the birth of her daughter Kaya, whom she shared with former fiancé and Ukrainian boxing champion Vladimir Klitschko. She discussed her addiction recovery publicly for the first time in 2022, and later described undergoing trauma therapy and inpatient treatment to help rebuild her life. In May 2026, she published a memoir titled This Is Me, A Reckoning, reflecting candidly on her childhood in the industry, her mental health, and the loss of her younger brother and fellow actor, Jansen Panettiere, who died in 2023 at just 28 from complications related to an enlarged heart. She's spoken about that loss in devastating terms, telling people, I will never be able to get over it.
On a boat. There was no jumping off and swimming away, and there was nobody who was going to, I realized that there was nobody who was going to be empathetic to my situation, that this was nothing new to them.
I mean, it's such a horrifying event to go through. And to be put in that position at 18 years old.
And disappointing when somebody lets you down like that. And I'd been let down so much before, and that when you really find somebody that you trust, like, you hold on to them for dear life, and you feel so lucky. So to be betrayed like that.
No matter how many years go by, she was remembered this week by people who actually worked alongside her. Actress Britt Shaw, who appeared on Nashville, called her death a shock, writing on Instagram that Panettiere had this way of making you feel at home, adding that from the moment she walked onto set, she made me feel like I belonged. Tributes poured in from across the industry, painting a consistent picture of someone who, despite everything she carried privately, made the people around her feel genuinely welcomed. Panettiere is survived by her daughter Kaya and her father, Skip, a family that by every account this week is trying to process an enormous loss in real time. Her death remains under investigation, with an official cause still pending. What isn't in question, though, is the scope of what she built in just 36 years, a career that started before she could speak, a body of work spanning 3 decades, real advocacy work most celebrities never bother with, and in her final chapter, a rare willingness to be honest about the parts of fame that hurt. What's the Hayden Panettiere role or moment that stuck with you the most? Claire Bennett, Juliet Barnes, Kirby Reed, or her activism work most people never even knew about? Share your memories in the comments below. If this look back meant something to you, consider subscribing for more retrospectives like this one. Rest in peace, Hayden.